The allegations against Cinebear are long and convoluted, and not a story that we have covered on this channel, but they essentially boil down to Cinebear being inappropriate with minors. And because of this, for the most part, coverage of this story has been largely against Cinebear. But the other day, a YouTube commentator by the name of Just a Robot attempted to paint the story through a different lens by defending Cine against the allegations. And after this video was released, streamer Chud Logic reviewed Robot's video, and live on air, he got sent some incredibly embarrassing logs between Cine and Robot that clearly showed Just a Robot might have had ulterior motives behind defending Cinebear, and the internet had a lot to say about it. It starts off with the Omnibully giving us an example of how Just a Robot's video came to be when he tweets out, "Just a Robot sets out to make an informed video essay, sweet piece, about a woman credibly accused of harassing a 14-year-old, and his researcher for this highbrow journalistic project is," checks notes, "the P word," and attaches two images where Just a Robot is DMing Cine, and he sends a timestamp and says need proof for this part, and Cine responds with a screenshot of the many different forms that grooming can come in, and says definition I got was from the Rain Foundation, and then the Omnibully shows that Just a Robot included this screenshot in his video about Cinebear. But this very quickly became an embarrassing story for Just a Robot when Lazybird posts in the R YouTube drama subreddit and says, Just a Robot was apparently attracted to Cinebear 03. Okay, things are really going off the Just a Robot Cinebear thing, and Just a Robot may be canceled now. I was not expecting things to end up like this at all. Also, here's a link to a stream clip where Just a Robot talked to Chud Logic about this. Before we look at that link, they attach 4 images here, all of them being from Chud Logic's stream, the first one being where Just a Robot says, "The video came out to be over an hour and 30 minutes long." And Cine says, "Awesome, I love long form content." And Robot says, "I'm also going to try to reach out to Chud Logic." And Cine says, "Ooh, I remember liking his stream." And Robot replies, "I think with his help, along with a recorded call on Jack, everything should go smoothly." And Cine says, "I hope my call doesn't sound stupid as fuck." And Robot sends a frowny face, and Cine says, "Not against you, I just hope I don't sound stupid. I think I'm a retard." Then the logs continue where Cine asks Robot, "How long are computers supposed to last?" And Robot says, 5 to 10 years. And Cine replies, "Aw man." And Robot says, "Want to see my cock?" And then sends a picture of a rooster and says, "Here it is. Also, this video is the closest one to your drama that I've seen." And this isn't linked on the Reddit post, but on a future date, Cine sends Robot a picture of her cat, and Robot seems to keep up this same jest and says, "Nice pussy." But the images on the subreddit continue where Cinebear says, "Thank you again for trying to help me." And Robot replies, "Do or do not, there is no try." And Cinebear says, "Ah." And Robot responds, "It's from Star Wars Episode 5 of the OG trilogy." And Cinebear says, "Nerd," joking. And Robot says, "Want a VC? I just need a few more things to know from you." And Cinebear says, "Oh, I thought you were going to be, will I be able to help with that?" And then Robot tries to call her and it is left unanswered. Then he continues, "Let's find out. I just need someone to chat with as I drift off to sleep. You can just say no. I'll just take that as a no, lol. We weren't going to chat about anything important. I just like talking with someone as I pass out. Good night." And Cine says, "Sorry, I was playing with my cat." And Robot says, "Lol." And Cine says, "I got her a thing and she was messing with it. I can call." And then they call for 28 minutes. And then the post links this clip from Real Oddity, which says, "For everyone asking for proof, here's some fairly good examples. I haven't gone through the stream myself, but have seen some reposted stuff. It's likely there is much more that simply hasn't been seen." And then they attach the DMs we just read earlier along with this clip from Chud Logic's stream.
And I've reviewed them on stream.
Oh.
And here's what I believe based on reviewing these logs. In the course of pursuing this story, you spoke to Cinebear and you developed some sort of attraction or interest in them beyond the purely professional one. This has then led you to frame the video in a certain way. And this is the architect now of your pain. This connection that you've made, this non-disclosed connection, which is a complete conflict of interest and should never have happened. What say you?
I have no romantic interest. I'm very friendly with the way I talk. I can show the logs I've had with other people if they'll give me permission, but I'm very friendly. I have a girlfriend. I have no sexual interest in Cine at all.
But you do, okay, actually, let's say that. So, go on.
No, actually, I want to take no. Okay. Maybe I do have sexual interest in Cine. I mean, I'm a straight guy. Come on. So I'm gonna walk back on that. But I have a girlfriend. I'm not. What part of the logs would you like to go over with me?
Okay. So thank you for being honest there. Okay, I appreciate that. Makes my job a lot easier.
Plop McG responds to the Reddit post by saying, few things. 1, I would have believed Jar, just a robot, saying he wasn't attracted to Cinebear if he then didn't just walk that back immediately afterwards. 2, this really puts his research on the line for this, since it means he's biased towards making Cine look like the good guy and fucks over his credibility a lot. 3, how the fuck does Chud Logic appear in all of these out of their dramas and look like the good guy? The Prisms, Nux and Mutahar, and now Cinebear. Cloudfan responds, it feels like he's the embodiment of this meme, and attaches an image that says, heartbreaking. The worst person you know just made a great point. Important question text replies, I can't imagine being into a predator after they're outed for being a predator. What the hell, Jar? Ice Cold Water responds to the clip by saying, did he seriously just brush off being attracted to Cine with, of course I am, I'm a straight dude? Jar, what the fuck? I don't want to fuck every single person I see of the gender I'm attracted to. Most normal people aren't that down bad for some mediocre tale. Most people, upon finding out someone is a creep towards children, probably would not want to still fuck them unless something is morally bankrupt about them. Goat Cato then posts on Twitter and says, just a robot admitting to being attracted to Cine isn't surprising whatsoever. So he's biased, ableist, transphobic, didn't do more research than 90% of people like he said he did, because that MF did not touch the logs at all. Rest in piss, bozo. And Damaged Coder responds, imagine having a crush on a groomer. And Goat Cato says, bro needs a new e-kitten. Patches Ripley replies, not surprising considering it's the same guy who defended Spoctor by basically saying, well actually the 14-year-old is the only one who did anything illegal because they share the images, and then cited it with a Family Guy clip. Stan's Girdle quote tweets Cato and says, his girlfriend needs to leave him. And Rose Does Art quote tweets Goat Cato and says, just a robot has a low-key fine GF back then. Why the fuck you going after this ugly bitch, Jar? Attaching an image of what seems to be the VTuber model for Jar's girlfriend and then a picture of Cinebear's profile picture. Goats Cato then tweets out, yes, let's not believe a victim. What a good look, Jar. And attaches an image of a comment on Robot's video where someone said, I don't know man, you're probably being fed lies by Cine. And Jar responds, sure, she could be lying to me, but why should we take Jack at its word? And Mushroom Grill replies, I don't know too much about this situation, but based on this screenshot, here's my 2 cents. It's okay to not believe Birdie at their word, I guess. Being skeptical is good, but then going on to believe someone else at their word shows that he's coming from the situation biased. If he wants to be skeptical, that's fine, but he should be doing so to both sides, not just the one he personally doesn't want to believe. Crying Fox replies, it's almost unbelievable that someone as big as Jar is willingly making mistakes like this. At this point, it must be intentional. Critical Shogun tweets out, if you're just a robot fan, I'm letting you know it's so over, and attaches this clip from Chud Logic's stream.
Listen, okay, let me just give you this, okay? I will leave it for the audience to determine what they think about the nature of your interaction, okay? My concern is not about whether or not you're interested sexually, romantically, how loyal you are to your girlfriend. Chat, the gossipers, the tea enjoyers, they may be interested in that. I personally am concerned with the conflict of interest that it represents, and I think it is an utterly egregious breach of any sort of journalistic principle or standard, which is something I believe you yourself express concern about with people not reaching out to individuals.
Absolutely. I mostly... Oh, actually, now I remember, I talked to her a lot about the video and how I was nervous about how it would go down. Like, it did make me lose sleep at night thinking about the backlash I would get. Because I'm not very good with this kind of stuff, and I didn't... Okay. I just... Yeah.
You're concerned with backlash, okay? And I have looked at this on your request, and I've unspun this, and I've demonstrated the premise of your video is not only, to me now, broken, as you've conceded on 2 important points you were trying to make. The interview is absolute worthless, okay? And you have engaged in complete ethical breaches in pursuing the story. So you've done all of this, and now you're complaining about getting backlash. Well, you've done everything you possibly can to deserve it.
Samuel then tweets out, just a robot has privated his Cinebear 03 video. And after this happened back over on the Reddit, Plop McG also posts, he has the post of his video being published still up. These are the top comments, showing a community post that just a robot made where he says, so in my new video, I had a safe word for people to use if they disagreed with the video. I found out they all ended up in spam. You can see the comments now, but everyone who used it seems to agree with the video. And one comment from Opal Flower says, Jar, fully convinced Simi is not a groomer and believes she needs a second chance. Jar, 2 days later, privates his video after backlash. That's when Apple says, bro privated the video. Drave Martinez replies, "Everyone, don't forget what happened here today. This man kept saying Cinebear wasn't a P word at all, and Jack wasn't trustworthy ever." Jingrid responds, "That phone call with Chud will go down in commentary history. Way to dig your own grave." AugieRFC then tweets out, "Major announcement. Just a Robot will be joining me on the relaunch of After Hours as my new permanent co-host." Water responds, "No." And AugieRFC says, "I've reviewed the footage and I am convinced he meets the qualifications." AugieRFC also added me and said, "Put this in Internet Versus." Wait, what is this? Hold on. Okay, bro, dude, really?